Hello, and welcome to Dwarf Fortress. I'm just gonna start, even though the countdown wasn't completely finished, because I want to continue playing. Let me double check. I should have done this before. Yeah, I had a feeling. If I turned my music back on. Sometimes the past couple days I've been playing whilst watching other people or doing, like, watching other things, because I've been trying to test out trap hallway stuff, so I could hopefully deal with these guys better. Uh, it is still in progress. Um, so these guys are being very mean and not going down by being shot at. At least they're only slightly getting hurt and not as hurt as I'd like them to be. So I'm thinking maybe we need to do something else. Question is, what? So I do have this hallway here. How's your lovely sleep, Luna? My sleep was okay. Also, hello. Welcome to the stream, Hornet. I hope you're doing well. Um, let's think about this. I want to have like a proper trap hallway, which will just be one wide, because then they have to go past all the traps. The thing is, I probably don't want it to be here. I want this to be always be free. Um, so I'm gonna have to make that somewhere else. So, I technically don't want them closer than this. So it wouldn't be. I think it would be fine if we make it like here. Let's just give it like space on either side a little. Um, the thing is, I wanted to probably loop back around somehow. That'll be a very long trap hallway, so they should have more than like enough traps in between, and mainly more than enough time, so we um, would be able to close whatever entrance is here. I've not been doing so. I'm sorry to hear that. And if I leave two spaces on either side, here and here for stuff, and here, and then one in the middle, then we could have this loop back around. So we have, let's see, we'd have an open and close right here. And then we'd have maybe an extra open and close right here. Just this one would be a second one in case they turn around the corner too fast. So they have to go here. Then we have a close here for now. Then they'd have to go down. They'd be attracted to our dwarves inside, but before they get to the end, we'd close this up and then open this and this, so they'd have to go back. Mm. Well, I do have a stream schedule, like on Twitch, so you can always check when I'm gonna go live. Um, but yeah, it's okay. I'll try and read through any typos or misspellings, and just try and get yourself some sleep when when you're able to, or when you really need to, because I do understand staying up for things you're looking forward to. Like, I get it. But also, try and take care of yourself, please. That's important. Yeah. Well, if you ever need to double check if you're not sure, you can. I don't have like a schedule I post on Discord because it hasn't changed in a long while, so. Well, the Moon team is quite a popular one. Oh yeah, if they're both named something with Luna or Lunar in them, then that would start getting confusing. I can see how that would. Okay. Hold up, not this one yet. We don't want them to open that up quite yet. But I go in, down, and around. And I'm using the blue to make sure that I have enough space around in case I need to widen it or do something else for stuff. I just want to make sure I give myself the space I require. Could have a bridge here and just a backup here. Yeah, people like saying I'm cute a lot. And that would force them to go in this hallway, and then we'd maybe have a bridge here at first, but then we can just have it go down, and maybe one here go up, and then they'd be let back out again. Or I lead them all the way back to the beginning. Thank you for the saxophone, sign slot. How are you doing? I hope you're well. I lead them all the way back out again, so they'd have to do this hallway again. And I'm probably going to make this hallway much longer, so they'd have more shooting time. I am hungry. How are you? I'm doing okay. I'm a bit sleepy because it's early morning, but yeah. I'm also having a slight bit of back pain. I have been sitting not quite right, but I need a better mic arm that's longer so I don't have to sit like turn for it. But it takes me a while to get things done, so um so this would be more of a temporary pass through in case I don't want them to go this way. Then we'd have a bridge here and so one here and one here. So they'll get lured in by this, we close this, and they'll have to walk all the way back. So we want probably one either here or just all the way at the beginning even. Yeah. We don't want that one. Then we need an operation room. And I'm actually thinking of putting that one a little further down. Even though it'll be a bit confusing, they just won't have to walk as far to get to the lever room for that upper part. Might be good. Although I don't want it too far away either, like from the main area. So maybe I'll do I put it this far down? I'd have to go back and forth between layers a lot. Where do I have my, okay, this is 1, 2. Okay, 1, I think I'm gonna make this my 2. Right. Then pattern. I like them in order of actual heights. I think that is nice. So we'll do... Oh! Hello, Task Lorton. Thank you very much for the raid. How are you doing? What were you playing? Let me give you a shout out so we can see. Did I spell that right? I think I spelled that right. I might not have spelled that right. Okay, hold up. Okay, no, I did spell that right. Or no. Dwarf Fortress, new to the community and it's been wildly great so far. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. How did your how's the stream going? I just started. We're in a evil biome and we're currently being raided by the undead, and we've tried to shoot them with ballistas, but they're dodging and blocking our ballista arrows. Like some of them we've gotten, but most of them have like pretty good shields, so we haven't been able to get through them. You missed an R. Oh. Well, I did the other shout out that'll allow you to like click a little follow button if you want. Very convenient. I don't know if I can integrate that one with the one I have currently. I'll have to look into it, but it was kind of hard to figure out. Raiders be no, bro, don't reach him. But yeah, I hope your dwarfing went well. We're trying to expand our trap hallway, so to maybe get these guys a different way. Guys, you don't need to advertise me. I should introduce myself though. That is probably a good idea. Hello, my name is Luna. I'm a variety streamer. I like to go for calm, comfy vibes, and the kind of games I play are usually strategy oriented. But I just play whatever catches my eye at the moment. But it's been Dwarf Fortress on Thursday for a long while, and I think that's definitely gonna stick around. Currently I'm playing Wilderbit on Sunday. That'll stay for as long as that stays interesting, but I'll also play other kinds of games. Like, yeah, it's just strategy stuff, mainly. and colony builders, because I like those kind of games. And he's teaching them the cute command. Hashtag revenge. Let's see. So maybe not this level, but I might put my levers on this level. So I could put them all the way at the bottom, which might make more sense considering we are living all the way at the bottom. I also don't want to put them too far away from my main area that they need to control. I just got Dwarf Fortress the other day, streamed it twice, and it's been so much fun. Hard to put into words how great it's been. Yeah, it's very fun. You're way more fun than me. I did play a little bit of the legacy version, so which was like the version that was free before Steam. I never got far there, but that did give me like a leg up in like learning what to do. Like I knew already, okay, what do I need to focus on? Where do I need to look? I'm probably gonna need to figure out how to make soap. And then I want to show that. No, Rune, don't. But if you have any questions, feel free to let me know. I'll gladly help, because Dwarf Fortress is a little difficult. Like it's very fun, but I'm not gonna lie, it can be tricky to learn. There is just a lot of stuff. You haven't thought to start stockpiling lye for when you might want to make soap in a long time. I mean, having a lye stockpile is fine, but I wouldn't say you'd need to really, like, because you can make, I have my production set up here already pretty well, so, let's see, where do I have my... So, the way you make lye is in the ashery, and you, let's see, what was it again? Oh, I have it here. Yeah, you make it out of ash. So, and ash you make with wood furnace by just burning wood. So getting enough lye isn't that difficult. The symmetry. Yeah, I've been trying to level up my base design, and I'm very happy with the circular design. It's a little tricky. I'm probably next time I do it, I'm gonna plan it out even better. But it thank you. I've been very happy with how it's coming out so far. I have a question for you, Luna. Luna is also Flistro. No. Also, this weird contraption here is my mist generator. This is my tavern, and mainly the dwarves will hang out in this area. I forgot to plan around the fact that I would have water dropping down here, so I'm gonna need some statues or other stuff to be built on top of these mud spots, so they don't accidentally stand under there. But the dwarves get very happy with mist being splashed on them, so that's why I have that. She's an amazing artist, DMs make it all go, gosh dang it. Thank you. No. But yeah, so for making soap, it is a little tricky. It's a process, and if you don't know like what to do, it's tricky. But making lye isn't too difficult. You need to have ash, which you need to have wood for. And I probably should put some bucket stuff nearby, actually. Now I'm just going over this, I'm like, wait a second, I should probably have some buckets nearby here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm probably gonna split these up, because I think did I make these? Okay, no. We're gonna actually revamp this as we go. So this is gonna be our ash one. Then we're going to have here, we're gonna say buckets. So we just always have a couple buckets close by, because to make lye you need buckets to put it in, and they sometimes get a little difficult about that. Buckets generally, they sometimes get a little difficult about, like they'll put water in it and then it is full and they're like, oh no, we can't put anything else in it. It's not free. So this will gather some buckets nearby. And then we'll have this over here to be lye, which is under the food tab. A little confusing, but lye is under the food tab. But also, you need tallow. That I think is the big one to actually be mindful of, because actually I'm gonna put that behind the soaper. For soap, you need lye and tallow, and though lye is actually pretty easy to make, like relatively, you just need wood, ash, and then like buckets to process it, which there are a couple steps, but it isn't as, it is easy to get, like, even if you haven't stocked it up, because usually you have enough wood. Good night, Runes. Sleep well. Okay, I'll check the DMs later. The thing you have to be careful of is having enough tallow. It is very easy for your dwarves to be like, oh hey, look at this fat we got whilst butchering, let's make it into food. And you don't want them to do that. I currently have DF Hack. I would highly recommend getting it, but only after you've played a little bit without, because I think getting it at the beginning would probably confuse you just more, like it'd be even more things to learn. But I would definitely look into getting it. It is now available on Steam. It's really nice. Just like look it up at where you look up games, and you just install it for free, and it just does all the thing it needs to do. It's really convenient. It's super nice. But if you don't have DF Hack, so in DF Hack you can just tell it like, hey, I just want you to not use any like tallow ever for cooking. If you don't have that, you'll have to go into labor, kitchen, meat, fish, and others, and you'll have to disallow cooking with tallow. And once you have like a lot stocked up, you might be able to allow it again because you have enough. Yeah, I know. I DF hack also butchers when there's a lot of a thing, which includes kitty cats. I don't really like it. But if I turn it off, then we're gonna have too many cats. Tallow makes your dwarves fat. I don't know about that, but they do like cooking with it, and you're gonna have to disallow it. It'll only, like, in DF hack you can just allow, like, say, oh, any tallow that appears, don't cook with it. If you don't have it, you'll have to go whenever you butcher a new animal and they make tallow out of it. You're gonna have to go and select it as not being allowed to be cooked with manually, because every new tallow will be a new thing. In my case, I have enough tallow probably that I could allow them to cook with it, but then again, I also have enough other meats, so it isn't in a hurry for me, but that's something you should be mindful of. The other way, there is one other way to make soap. So you can make soap from tallow, but you can also make soap from oil. This is also a pain. This only can be done if you have olives. And you'd have to gather the olives, make sure they don't cook the olives into something else. And you'd have to press the oil from the olives, and then you could make soap with it. And the chances, like, you'd have to gather the olives from above, because of course they don't grow underground. And then you'd have to press them all, and then you can make soap. And the chance of you having olives is, I don't know, not very high. Like, there's probably specific biomes they grow in, but it is an option, but it's probably not gonna happen a lot. But I did feel like I should mention it. I love when you start making soap the first time, then you see your dwarves having great thoughts about making, yeah, they're like all happy that they got clean. They do also need a well for that, though. Where's my well? There's my well. We're under siege, so they are not cleaning right now, but they'll use the well. That's why I placed my soap here. I don't know why there isn't that many. Why are we not making soap, guys? Where's my soap production? Soap. Fire. Okay, we need more lye items. Why don't we have enough lye items? We need more ash. Okay, why don't we have enough ash? Well, it says... Okay, hold up. You say that there's enough ash, but you say that there isn't enough ash. Weird. I have a dwarf in year 112 who's still angry that in year 100 he had to drink water that didn't come from a well. They remember things for a very long time. I feel like you have a lot of catch up to do with chat now, Luna. Burly dwarves? No, I think I got it most. You should play the game Cooking Simulator, but instead it should be renamed as Cooking with Luna. I don't know if I know that game. Yeah, that is a soap production. I haven't done a lot of traps yet, so that's why I'm gonna be learning on the go. So I think this will work. I think we'll just have them start that, and I think what we'll also do is we'll start making mechanisms in advance, because I know we're gonna need a bunch of those. And we're gonna say, okay, we're gonna just make them out of gabbro, because we have a lot of gabbro actually. And I know I have a mechanism thing set up, but I'm gonna just make a bunch here anyway. And I think what I want is, I want to like the stabby traps, and I want blunt damage. And I think the thing that did blunt damage multiple times, because you can use the corkscrew for blunt damage, but you can also use the, what were they called? Not arrows, but like balls, just spiked. Oh yeah, spiked balls. Spiked bronze. Okay, hold up. What do we... Don't know from the top of my head how many bars of stuff I have. Okay, I've got a lot of iron. Not that much silver. Decent amount of copper. Nickel. Not gonna make them out of platinum for sure. We don't have any bronze right now. I see. Hold up. I'm actually going to stop making crystal glass because I learned later that you, or at least in my other tests, when they made crystal glass, they couldn't directly put it into statues. So I'm just gonna stop that for now. And I want to use ore. I'm gonna ask for them to have more thing. Ah, I see. So we need more tin-bearing stones. I'm going to sleep, since I already told you I'm tired. Have a good sleep, Hornet. Take care. So we need sphalerite, I believe. That's the one with tin. You have a bunch of Hey, hello. You have a bunch of different ore types, and tin is the one that doesn't have that many. Like, it's just sphalerite, I'm pretty sure. Which you can check right here. So you have economic stones, which are the ones that do stuff, and other stones, which are just, you can build stuff with it. So here we can check real easy. Okay, casterite is also a tin one. I was wrong on that. Casterite is tin. And sphalerite. Oh, sphalerite is zinc. Oh, so was a different one. So then is it casterite I need to be looking for? Is there any other tin one? No, it's casterite. See. And that's tetrahedrite, that's galena. Galena is silver, I know, from the top of my head. Tetrahedrite. That's iron. It's more tetrahedrite. Tetrahedrite. Magnetite is iron. Platinum. Nice stuff, but not what we need. I believe castanite is the same silvery color all these other guys have. Oh. Oh, yeah, I forgot this is what's a watery layer. Maybe we don't want to make our controls here then. Although we should be able to. So, this is a aquifer layer, which means that for one they'll say, oh, the area was damp, so then they're gonna cancel digging there. Secondly, water will come in from the edges, but if you build something in between, like a wall, or if you smooth it, then it'll stop. So that's the way to mitigate it. This is a light aquifer, so it doesn't generate water as quickly, so you can just go in, mine, and then smooth it. If you have a strong aquifer, then that won't work. You'll need to go in with a screw pump and pump things away whilst your dwarves work in there. So a heavy aquifer is what it's called. The only thing I'm slightly worried for is if water might come from above, because it can come from like all the edges of a block that is not smoothed, so like diagonally and things, but I don't know if it might also drip down from above. I think it just did, because this was already smoothed, so we're gonna have to hollow this out and smooth it if we want to prevent this from getting flooded, which I guess we're gonna do now. So maybe not the best place to build our control room, but I committed to it now, so. And it isn't too difficult, because this we can at least smooth. If the aquifer is in a dirt layer or sand layer, we can't smooth it, so we'd have to hollow out more and then build walls. Yeah, I want you guys to mine it. I know it's wet. I don't know if there's a way to turn that off. There probably is. At least in DF hack there probably is, I imagine. Oh wait, we have to go up all the way. we're getting a lot more trippage here. Oh, no, 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 no. That's not what I want. And then we're going to put some levers down. We wanted, let's see, we wanted a bridge here. That's 1. Here, 2. Here. 3, or maybe we wanted about here. 3. 1 there, 4. So we want them to be able to close this off and open it, so that's 1. Then we need this to be blocked off, so that's 2. Then here we need something here, that's 3. Then so they don't go back all the way. I guess we have that one, so they shouldn't go back all the way, so then they'd go up. And here that's 4, so at least 4. 2, 3, 4. Then I'm actually going to erase this real quick. I'm gonna mine out these walls and put in new walls because there's a lot of goodies in these walls. I would otherwise smooth them, and I am probably gonna do that still for the ones that don't have goodies in them. Oh, that is something we want to address. Actually, no, we can just smooth that. We don't want this flooding. So we want a bridge there, so we're gonna smooth that in advance. We're gonna put one here, I think. It's gonna savey save for us, which is important because sometimes we do still have crashes. Probably because there's just a lot going on. And it takes a while to save because this is a pretty old world. So the older the world, the longer it takes to save because it's like it has to remember a lot of things. I made it a kind of small world for that reason, so it wouldn't take forever, but it's still gonna take a while. Should have made it like the smallest size. I made it one bigger than that, I think. What do I have in terms of blocks? Mainly gabbro. I also have some siltstone. I forgot what color siltstone was. Again, I see. Siltstone might look a little more like it belongs here. Then again, gabbro is what I have a lot of, so I'm probably going to just use gabbro. I could take the rest of these goodies later if I want, but for now I just want the walls to not look like they have ore in them because I don't know, it's gonna bother me. It's completely like for. Oh, hold up. Oh, the siege has ended, so now they're trying to escape. Okay, well, we're not gonna keep them because I would love to just have them stay down, but they're gonna leave us alone on their own. I'm not gonna complain. You might have approached you for advice. I'm having trouble keeping my seed supplies up. It's probably something to do with my getting used to Van's new work order system. Ask me any questions you have and I'll try my best to help. Uh, I used to say novice plays Dwarf Fortress in my title. I feel like I'm slightly more than a novice, but I wouldn't say I'm too advanced. But I know a bunch of things. So, the one way I do my seeds, which I don't know who I saw it do first, but I know I copied it from someone, is because sometimes they complain about not having the right seeds, and that is if you basically if you gather it all and then put it into bins immediately, they get confused, or at least that's what I was told. So I have a seeds gather that'll just gather all the seeds that's outside of my food stockpile that I do not want any barrels in. Whenever you check what is in a category, it'll reset. So make sure barrels set to 0, and then this, so it gathers from everywhere, but it gives to the seed store, which will have barrows allowed. It doesn't gather from everywhere, but then it gets stored up here. Masterclass advice would be over my head anyway. Hello, Sirisk. Have a hug. That's the right command, right? Was it just hug? I don't know my own commands out of the top of my head. It was just hug. But entirely neglecting how the seeds are stored. I just figured it sorts itself. Yeah. In a lot of cases it does. But in most, like, in a specific, some things in Dwarf Fortress you gotta micromanage a little because it doesn't sort itself out. Maybe it has been fixed. Like, I don't know if the advice I'm following is by now outdated, but I'd say that's a good place to start. So they don't say, oh, we couldn't get enough seeds because someone else has grabbed the bag for something, and then the other guys can't. Another thing is the way you run out of seeds is basically you get more seeds when you process whatever has been grown. So if you've been growing a lot of plump helmets, but then you haven't been using the plump helmets and they're just sitting in your stocks like this, you're not going to get them back yet. So you have to turn them into something else. If you brew plump helmets, you'll get more plump helmets spawn back and you can plant more things. I don't know from the top of my head. Some things, if you cook them, you don't get the seeds back. So you have to be careful with that. Also, specifically for quarry bushes, there is a... I don't know if I have that set up right now. I don't have a press set up right now. But if you make a screw press, which I can just build one here for now. If you make a screw press, there is a task that is says something like I don't know, squeeze something into paste or something. Not liquid from paste. What's another one? It's something with pressing. Yeah, mash plants into slurry. Or meal seeds and nuts to paste. That's the one. If you do that one, it'll use the quarry bush seeds, I'm pretty sure, to mill it into paste, which you do need for, like, I believe, making paper for books, but it uses the quarry bush seeds. So if you keep doing that without having a stop to it, they might use all of the quarry bush seeds for it. So be careful with that. Or also some of your dwarves will eat raw plump helmets. Dwarves also will eat seeds too. Always check your preference to see if there are seed eaters. I didn't even know about that. We all learned something. But I mean, I'm not gonna check every dwarf's preferences. I mean, maybe if I had a dwarf therapist, but I don't have that. That's a lot of dwarves to check. I mean, we now have 68, but you can get up to 200 on the default. That's a lot of dwarves to check their preferences for. But that's the main things I know. So basically, you don't get the seeds back, especially if you don't prepare the thing. So you gotta make it into, like, brew it for the plump helmets. I mean, I guess cave wheat we're currently brewing. We can see if we get seeds back. I think we do if we brew it. Yeah, probably check up the wiki. You can see exactly which one gives you seeds back and which one use up the seeds there. A good rule of thumb for Dwarf Fortress in general is if you don't know, check the wiki, because the processes are pretty in depth. So, okay, so we did get cave wheat seeds back for that. Usually brewing does, from like rule of thumb is like, okay, brewing will give you back stuff. I bought hemp seeds from the elves and they disappeared before I could plant them. Then I found a dwarf that loves eating hemp seeds. Oh dang. How are the dwarves behaving? The dwarves are behaving okay. We just stopped getting sieged, so I guess I could open up the above ground for a bit. At the very least, I'm gonna need to open up my access for the trade depot. That's the wrong one. You are not linked. Okay, I'm gonna need to name these. So this is inner trade bridge. Then this is outer trade bridge. And this is outside entrance. This is the peekaboo, this is the bait, this is the other bait, this is the middle bridge, and this one is not connected to anything yet. No workplace accidents? At least not this stream. I can say as much as that. At least not this stream. Get those filled in. Actually, I would like to smooth the heck out of most of this because I can and I want to. I desire smoothness. And I know you can set up these crap hallways with like fancy waterwork stuff. We're not gonna do that because we're not that level of advanced yet. Wait, no, why? Why are you doing that? Why are you... No. No kittens. How dare you? Also for ducks, I'm gonna increase that because... or chickens, I mean. Because they tend to have like a lot of babies at once, which I'd much rather just wait till they grow up before they go butcher them. DF hack for the new game? Yeah, I got DF hack for this one. That's how I did the circles. But how are you guys? Oh, you're going outside from here. I see. Well, I'd like you guys to pick up these things. And because we're outside now, I'd like you guys to pick up all these things that we left. And I mean, these things also look like they might be nice. Jesus, they left behind a lot of ammo. I mean, I'm not gonna complain. I like that. I appreciate it. Oh, who's there? Oh, there's an elf. Okay. Pleasant place. There's much to share. What did they share? That there's armies moving. I guess this is maybe, I guess this is where we have an alliance with. This is our location. I wish I could zoom in more, but I can't. I must have updated DF hack. I think they did, yeah. It's on, like, it's available on Steam now, through Steam. It's really nice. So yeah, we're here. We have some outposts here. So the story so far is like, due to desperation, our people were sent to try and colonize this place next to the evil tower, despite the dangers and despite the last mission trying to do so with a different tower, ending horribly with tales of bloody murders and slow, um, horrifying deaths. But desperation made it so they sent out more people. And now, in all their wisdom, the Motherlands decided that they were gonna settle more people nearby and put it under our barony because. No, stop slaughtering the flipping kittens. I don't want you to do that. Okay, nothing else is being butchered now. So they settled new colonies to our chagrin because we don't actually want them to do that. We're like, we know it's horrible to live here, and the fact that we didn't die shouldn't be a reason that others are subjected to the same horrible fate that we were. Actually, I'm not gonna put the bridge here. I'm gonna put that in those locations. Also, I don't want this one smoothed. I want it mined out. It sounds glorious. It is. It is flipping fantastic. It's the best thing. Okay. Ooh, traders with seeds to test my new work order setup. Good luck. I hope it helps. I don't know if that is the thing that might have been messing you up. Also, I think I might want to floor this, but yeah, you know what? Floor the place. Make it tiny. What are you guys doing? I wanted to open this up. Oh, hold up. No, 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 no. Oh no, is someone gonna get hit? Please dodge out of the way. Why did you do that? Oh, he got hit. He got hit. Gosh dang it, I forgot that was on. I'm so sorry, buddy. Ouch. Oh no. We had our first workplace accident. Oh dear. And that's also something we don't want. Hold up. Fill this in. I'm getting water from the top. Ah yes, training accident. I forgot they were set to shoot. I didn't know. We have a hospital, I think. Right? Yeah, we have a hospital. And a doctor. See, our doctor is great. Either they'll save you and you get your family back, or they don't and you still get your family back. Because they're a necromancer. What more could you ask for? Maybe you'll help too. Yeah, I know the area is inaccessible, you child. I'm not letting you outside. I have very bad experience with letting kids outside in this world. Necromancer doctor. Yeah, I know, right? It's amazing. I really wish that the kids would stop trying to get stuff to stockpiles. Like, I know, kiddo. I'm aware. I'm gonna... Weren't you... Yeah. Trying to train your engraving. What is your engraving at now? Here. Keep going. Um... Maybe... No. Here. Shores. I have already stopped wood hauling. Maybe I'll temporarily stop stone hauling so they don't attempt to go into the areas they're not allowed to go, as they have a very bad habit of doing that. What a bloody mess. Whoops. And then we want a bridge here. I think we're gonna put that here, even though this is technically where the cutoff is. And we'll put 2. This, just in case they don't close this one in time, we might have this one. Not that they're that far, like, away from each other, but... So they go in, they get stopped by this, they go through this trap hallway, and then I have to go all the way back and be shot at right there. And we probably want to lengthen this thing, actually. But let's try and finish this trap hallway first. Also, I never made the... So we're using bronze for that. Maybe we want to use iron for our traps in that case. Because we do have a lot of iron. So, spiked iron. And we're gonna make like a lot of these. I hope I don't regret making that many, but we need a lot of those. And we're also going to say store them here. So, and that's here. No, actually it's under weapons. We are gonna allow all materials. Actually, I am going to allow the other prop components here too. And we're going to put a bridge here. We want that smooth at first. Let's check on our hospital. Didn't our buddy get brought here? Or are they already, like, out of the hospital? I don't know. Seems to be fine. We'll just assume that they're fine. Oh, they're jerks. I mean, technically they're not ours, but they're jerks. Do patients still require water insertion? Yes, they do. A trick I have learned is if... Oh, the little... We want those steel bolts. Can we get a move on nabbing those? What happens if we, like, lock them? Will they still steal it? I know they're just bolts, but, like, 3 steel bolts, you know? Would not mind. I'm actually going to probably... I don't know if this will work. And I'm going to have another area. I'm gonna call this temporary ammo, so they don't go all the way down. I haven't had a successful evil tower embark before. Yeah, it's tricky. We learned from our first try that we needed to head underground immediately and close the doors because we were going to get sieged. Um, okay, yeah, they're bringing the bolts here now. I am gonna just allow one bin though. They're gonna bring the wood there and they hopefully when it's inside then we can just move it further down, but it's important it's inside. I'm going to maybe just have that. And then one here. Yeah, they attack immediately. Yeah, they attack very quickly. Oh, I should not forget to address these shenanigans. I'm just watching some door streams to psych myself to play again. Well, let me know if this is working, I guess. And I am gonna use this right now to maybe store some mechanisms, so they don't have to hold away all the way from the bottom. Because I do have them very far down. I technically maybe should make my trap hallway further down, but that would be smart. And I mean, I guess we're not doing that right now. So we're gonna go do this, and I'm gonna ask them to take from here. And I also probably want to grab some or put some blocks there. That might not be the worst idea. So I'm gonna say upper blocks. I don't want any bars. I just want blocks. And I'm going to ask you to take from here. Just jump in. The new interface is pretty intuitive. It is fairly intuitive. Like if you're expecting it to be like the legacy version, it is a lot more intuitive than the legacy version. Like it is much easier to pick up the play. The tutorial is kind of it teaches you a couple things, but it definitely does lack some stuff. But it's a pretty good start. It's not too shabby. We have so many bolts to try and grab. Actually, I have a better idea. I have the most ingenious idea. That way we know we unlock them all. Okay, now it's all neat. That is smelling, which we don't like. I might need to fast morph them for a bit. I know that's kind of cheeky, but they do have a lot of stairs to go up and down. I know that is technically on me. I should have done better planning, but you know, one can't have everything. Because yeah, these layers, like where our main stuff is happening, is way down. Because we didn't find this place to grow our crops. Like the other caverns we have are just completely uh flooded. That's the word I was looking for. So there's just there's no land. There's little land here, but barely any. So we went further down. Wait, hold up. Why are you still here? Actually, do we have a place to dump it? We have this one, which is turned off. And we have this one, which is turned on. Which I think I'm going to actually move to be here. Even though this is also where they'll dump their clothing. Because of the tailor thing, I think I'm just gonna have stuff be put there. I also eventually want to get like magma smelters here. I've been wanting to try and test out the thing I saw where they move stuff with minecarts. I just haven't gotten around to it because they're being like, we need a trap hallway more. What? We're gonna definitely need another lever. And then we're gonna start linking things. So I want you here. So I'm gonna call that upper trap hallway upper. Maybe I should make this one trap hallway upper. That's on the right. What are you doing about traders since the surface is so dangerous? So that's why I have this entire setup. So how I usually have it is that this bridge is open and this is open all the way. But this bridge is closed, so we are closed in. So the traders can come to us, and then when they're in there, we can open this up and close this to trade with them. Right now, because I need to get things from the surface, this bridge is also open, and I'm just gonna leave this open. But when I'm like, I don't want them to start gathering things, I don't want them to be outside, I'll call them all back in using a burrow and the very nice civilian alert from EF hack, which allows them, which will actually make them listen better, so they'll just actually go inside their burrow. And I usually have to manually tell my cats to stay in a farm area, a like grazing area, because otherwise the cats will go outside. But I have them all inside, and then I close everything. I close this, but I leave the way to the trade depot open. And eventually I'm probably going to want to like make it go way further down and maybe even put my trap hallway way further down, but that would be so much extra work. I just kind of now want the trap thing to work. I'm gonna... And then we're gonna have to move it. So I'm gonna have you be the middle one. So you're gonna be called trade, not trade trap, hallway middle. Then you're gonna be this one. You're gonna be this one. So trap hallway inner bottom. Trap hallway inner top. And then this one is gonna be the entrance. Ingenious gating and trappery. Thank you. The only thing is that does mean that if you get the message of, oh, the traders are coming, you can't immediately like load an area to be Like you can't have them preemptively uh, make area like start bringing trade goods to the place. You have to wait. If at least if you're that worried about safety. If there's nothing on the map, you can probably like allow them to not have to worry about it. Also, I'm currently covering it mainly to get rid of the mud because I don't want any new things growing there. I don't want them to remove the stairs. Don't remove those stairs. Mainly because for some reason, if something does start growing on there, it'll stop being a stone floor and it'll start counting as a dirt floor, which I don't like. That's why we have some spots that are covered by flooring permanently, because if I remove this, this is going to be sand for some reason, even though it was stone before. I can't tell you why, it's just how it works. Thank you for the follow, Lexi Milk. I hope you will or have been enjoying your stay. I'm gonna link to this one, and this will be trap hallway entrance. I wish you could search for a location on the map screen. It's so hard to see where things are without hovering your mouse over every square. Like what do you... Oh yeah, like find the location here. Yeah, I wish I could zoom in. Especially now I have this small map. I wish I could just scroll in, like, just... I know I can see stuff from here, but I just want to, like, looking more closely, and I don't want to raid. No, thank you. Could you guys maybe remove these rotting pieces from here? That would be lovely. I'm sure that would be very nice. I'm going to change this. I want very good quality stuff to be here. Of course, I don't know if that's going to be the case. Also, I think I might have moved too many here. I don't need this many up here. Like, I want some downstairs too. Zooming is probably in the works for development. Yeah, I think so. At least I sure hope so, but I believe it is. And it's time to get the traps going. And we want weapon traps. And I'm gonna ask... But basically... Okay, hold up. I'm gonna check a thing first. So what I've learned after looking into traps through YouTube and such is that their traps are actually being affected by the quality of the mechanism. So the higher quality the mechanism, the better it'll work. So I'm trying to see... Yeah, I'm probably gonna tell it to only use... And this is something that you can do with hack. You can't do this in the base game. Well, I mean, you can in the base game just select manually which quality you want. But with DF hack, I can more precisely say, I want you to use like really good things. And I don't care exactly which it is. And here, I think... Interesting. I can't seem to... Can I select... Okay, I can say how many weapons I want per thing, and I think I just want all of the ones. But can I not select which weapon? Interesting. Okay, so we have warhammers, and we have the spiked iron balls. So I'm going to just say any weapon out of iron. Then I know that we just have our spiked stuff. And I'm gonna do it with filters and it should be fine. So I'm gonna... And that's all the ones we can do because we only have 40. Actually, we're gonna just put a bunch in advance. And this is a lot. This should be more than enough, hopefully. I'm gonna close that one in advance. So this will be closed, so they'll have to go down here. They'll have to go through here. I think I'm gonna close this one in advance too. Then they'll have to go here. Then we have 2 of these to basically catch them. Like, hopefully we can close this one so they are automatically redirected through here. And then we can open this up. The hallway of doom and death, basically. And so far we've tried to lure them with these poor armadillos. But that didn't seem to work. It seems that only like dwarven flesh attracts the zombies. They don't do it for anything less, or at least the intelligent ones aren't being lured by anything less than proper dwarven pain and suffering, I guess. And we also still need to find more stuff for bronze, which was cassiterite. One. Elena is silver. That's also silver. More silver. We have a lot of silver, which is good because we're gonna smooth that so it doesn't turn into sand, because that's how it works for some reason. Oh, that is a little flooded. Marble, malachite. Gold. A lot of fancy stuff here. No, it wasn't that reheat, right? We need cassiterite. I'm not sure if we had it here. I wish we could still check, like how we can check from the embark location, which ores are available. So I don't, like, I know if I'm searching for none. Oh, we got migrants. Sweet. This is our second or third wave. Our first wave of migrants after the homelands had verified that we were in fact still alive with our first trade caravan, which came by a lot later than promised, for we were being sieged by the undead, and no trade caravan in their right mind wanted to brave that siege, which is understandable, but still frustrating for the dwarves within. They send us dwarves to acknowledge that we in fact did manage to live. However, they sent us everyone they didn't think was important. All the dwarves they could spare, in the sense of anyone that wasn't seen as that useful. We got animal caretakers. We got 20 animal caretakers. Animal caretaker does nothing. They immediately demanded the guilds. We were sent the rejections of society, the dwarves that were just a little bit too much like those dang elves. But they were a workforce, and any hands were better than none. So we whipped them into shape, and they slowly started through the harsh environments of the rough, terrifying lands, realize that talking to animals might not be the most efficient way to survive. Gonna call that ballista ammo. Oh, hold up. We got a named one? I mean, I guess we got a named one. I don't know if we should use an artifact for it, but I guess we will. Equipment mismatch. We definitely want to smelt those steel low boots and that steel shield. And also these. We can make higher quality stuff ourselves. And this stuff too. We can make higher quality things. Can we look from here? Yeah, I don't think... I really wish you could look back and see what ores it says there are on your map. Just if you have like a memory like mine, which is about as effective as a colander at retaining water or information, you can just double check. So I'm not looking for... I think it was cassiterite that I needed for nothing. Right? I need tin. Yeah, cassiterite. Would be real swell. Would be lovely. I'd really enjoy that because I'm not gonna remember stuff. Who do you think I am? Smart? That doesn't even make sense. It would be, what do you think I am? But I guess that just further proves my point. Casterite, casterite. If I just find it on one layer, I know I can use that layer or the nearby layers to look for more. That's magnetite. Native platinum. Oh, I should probably smooth down. I like the circle. It looks like... Thank you. What's the name of the fort? This fortress, we named it... What did we name it? How do we check that? Oh, hold up. The guard... Oh, they're demanding things. I didn't even realize. Whoops. I forgot. It's been a whole week and I immediately have just no recollection. Mayor, royal, bookkeeper. We're gonna call this captain. And give it to our captain of the guard. Then mayor, royal. Wait, hold up. This one is captain. Okay. Did we have another captain place then? No, we didn't make another. Also, hold up. This isn't... You never made this into a dungeon. I think that... I hope our captain hasn't gotten too stressed out about not having a dungeon. They tend to get a little stressed out if they don't have a dungeon with enough stuff in it. So he's probably gonna have like bad memories of that for a long while. It's too bad we can't butcher wild animals that we have like in cages. We don't need this many giraffes. We really do not. Let's see. Mayor, royal, bookkeeper, captain, mayor, captain, royal, but you're not the captain. Then we have bedroom for the captain, which is you now. Bedroom for the mayor. Bedroom for the royal. And what we might do is we might put a door there so they can walk through easier. Maybe we'll do that. I would like to have all the walls like be surrounded, but it might help with general stuff. I'm gonna hold off on that for now. So the mayor needs a better bedroom. The captain is now satisfied. The mayor is the same as the broker and the manager. And the royal needs a better dining room and demands to have a burial area. I don't... Did we have a proper burial area yet? I don't remember. I forgot. I don't think we have a proper burial area yet. We don't have anything set up in advance. Well, such needy nobles always wanting something. Yeah, like, come on. It's just your corpse. Don't you trust that I'll keep you alive? Like, do you really need a tomb? Like, how rude. I think this is a good area. I'm going to name it. I think I'm gonna have my catacombs here. I like to have basically a setup where I have all my coffins and my slabs all located here, and I have then a workshop or maybe two workshops that'll just turn them into they probably have life insurance. Yeah, like, come on, how just rude of them. Like, no trust at all. But yeah, I like having a workshop area and a storage area set up here for those things. And I also like having a stockpile for dead bodies. I have to think about which... So they're gonna complain about digging under here, so maybe I need to actually go one further down. That might actually be smart. Because they're gonna be like, oh, it's wet. And they're gonna be freaking out about it. So I'm actually going to have this to be the catacombs. And I'm gonna need to decide which direction I want the main hallway in. And I'm gonna do smaller hallways off that, like this, which are then 3 deep and then 2 wide, and then have all the dwarves in there. And I'm gonna have the fancy tombs here too. Yeah. So I want a storage area and I need a corpse storage area, I need a coffin and slab storage area, and I need a slab engraving area. If I want it really compact, I'll start doing things from these sides already. I shall just leave these areas. One, two, three, four, five. We go by 10 or by 5? If we do by 5s, we have this. I think we do a little longer before we start the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 might be good. And then we have our hallways in between. This isn't really wide enough for my liking. I don't quite like this shape. Maybe we can make it work. We could have our engravers like this. I think I should add like a little width to the side. I don't think we need it that compact. I think it'll look better. But we could still keep our engravers in the middle like this, although this engraver would need to go a little up to have it symmetrical. We do like our symmetry around here. And then we could, from this side, have it go into our storage areas. Or our slabs and our coffins, technically, which we do want in the middle. We want them to be able to carry those from the middle easily to all the sides they need to be carried to, because they will just carry it by hand, which is very slow unless you have fast forward on, which we are keeping on for now because they have to walk a lot of stairs, but just for future things when I hope to eventually move everything more compactly, let's try and have it more centralized. This might be a little too much. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna have slabs and I'm gonna have engraved slabs and I'm gonna have coffins. I could do this. But maybe I want to work it. I want to build it in a way that I can have the fancy tombs, like fill up the dead space. So I know for a fact we're gonna need at least 2 fancy tombs in the future, because there's gonna be a outpost liaison or whatever that's also gonna demand having a very fancy tomb. So what we could do is plan ahead for that and have our and so these will be our storage for slabs and coffins, and these will be our engravers, and these will be our fancy tombs for our fancy people. And then we're gonna need a area for basically storing dead bodies before they can be buried. Which is gonna need to have a double door so the miasma doesn't spread. This is just gonna be it, and we might eventually put a quantum stockpile in there. Evening, Luna. Evening, Scarlet. How are you doing? I hope you're well. A nice fancy mark. Thank you. But yeah, probably gonna have a quantum stockpile at some point. But we want them to basically bring the dead bodies here, even if they can't be buried immediately. So that's why we'd have to put that in. And then I know I could make there is a thing in PF hack, or maybe it's in just standard where you can make a automatic build thing. I need to look into that because it sounds like it would be really good. But for now, we're gonna just do this by hand. I didn't center that right. So even though it's slightly morbid, it is, if you have the time, it is good to set up your catacombs before people start dying. Because usually when people start dying, you have a lot of that happening in one go. And you don't want to then have to craft everything. So if you can have it set up, then they can just plop the bodies in there where they need to be, and it'll be all good. I think this looks nice. I'm going to unpause and have them do that. I'm gonna let them mine this out too. I love the cavern music, it's so soothing. Oh well, gosh dang it, why couldn't the native gold walls be in our fancy tomb locations? First things first, we're going to have to smooth our fancy tombs. Then we're going to probably smooth this area too, because I like things being smoothed. And we have a lot of gabbro. We have some olivine. We might... How much olivine do we have? Do we want to maybe do something fancy? And I don't think we want to make all of our rock coffins out of olivine. But maybe we'll make a couple of them out of it. But for now, I'm actually going to go rock coffin. I didn't need to reset that. I don't know why I did that. But we're going to make it out of gabbro. I think that is the best thing. And we're going to have it on repeat. And we already have gabbro doors being made, I'm fairly certain. Let me double check. Yeah, we have gabbro doors being made and gabbro blocks. How goes the dwarf fortressing? It goes okay. We are no longer under siege. Our besiegers left, which is nice for us, but we're trying to build a new trap hallway for future because they weren't really phased by being shot at by ballista arrows. So the idea is that we're going to lead them in here. That's not the one I wanted to close. Oh yeah, that's the entrance one. That's the wrong one we need. That one. Stretch check. Thank you, Alien. Hydration check. Okay, taking a sip of my tea. That is finished now. I have seeds. Heck yeah. I'm gonna do stretchy stretch. Up. Roll the shoulders. Yeah. And roll them forward. There. Thank you. And I'm glad to hear the seed trick worked. I'm gonna turn that off and I'm going to set this to none, so they'll move that out. I don't know if they've gotten all the bolts yet. I mean, technically we should have. We unlocked them all, so... Yeah, I think we got it all. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start having everyone go inside. I think I'm gonna call this temp gather. I'm gonna just keep this stockpile here, and whenever they need to gather stuff from the surface, we're just gonna have them go do that. So I'm going to please close this one. We're gonna keep this open for a bit because I want any trade caravans to be able to access this, but I also need to have them still grab some stuff from here, so they are gonna still be able to head outside for a little while longer. It is not ideal, but that's just how we're gonna do it. Um, then we should have gabbro doors. We're making coffins, and I want. What I might actually do is I might make some more things in advance, just so I know the kind of stone that's gonna be around this area. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I like making my coffins and such the same color as the surrounding stones. I just think it's aesthetically pleasing. Um, but you're gonna go through different stone layers. So sometimes you're like, oh, I'm gonna have it all microlin, and then suddenly some completely different color stone is revealed for the rest of your thing. And you're like, well, gosh dang it. At least I am. Um, so, oh, I don't want to select manually. I want to just rely on filters. It's so annoying that squads forget their room assignments when they come back from a raid. They do. I want to experiment with raids mainly because I want to eventually take down the ooh, nice. Take down the nearby tower. That's like the main goal of this story is like taking down that dwarven tower. Um, I think you can destroy stuff with raids. Okay, we're gonna join this spinel. Or actually, no, we're gonna hold off on joinking this spinel. I think we have some Kimberlite here, but we do seem to mainly be using Gabbro, or mainly be revealing Gabbro, and have some Olivine here and there. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna also make the slabs out of Gabbro. So rock, slab, Gabbro. I am very happy actually that it is Gabbro mainly because hello, Soviet Sing Ray. Welcome to the stream. I'll do the push-ups in a bit after I finish my sentence. I'm actually really happy that it's mainly Gabbro layers we have because Gabbro is magma resistant, which for one, I like the color. I think it's a pretty, like, I actually like gray colored stone because I think it's a very neutral color, so I can use other colored stone when I want, if I want color pops. I just think it also looks good for floors in general. Raiding is a pain if you care about the squad dwarf. I mostly send out small band of badly trained thieves. Oh, well, that's good to know. um, I've been having a hard time getting quick 7 raiding on the monasteries. I've had to label everyone's room so I can reassign them when they come home. Oh, gosh dang it. Well, it's good to know. I'll have to keep that in mind. But yeah, I like that because for one, then it's plentiful and it's magma resistant, so I can make most of my things out of Gabbro. And when I want to work with magma, I don't have to worry about switching over to a different stone and having them use that different stone, especially with mechanisms, because you can't always, at least when you're linking levers, you can't say which mechanism they have to use. And if a non-magma safe mechanism is used in a thing that needs to be near magma, it'll fail because it'll, like, say a door, I have experienced myself, it will just float away. Yeah. Then we're going to make this we'll do this as coffins. I'll do the push-ups in a moment, I promise. So I gotta sit right. The coffin out of anything. And this will be unengraved. Actually, we'll just call it slabs. We'll do this, then this, and then there. And then this is going to give to these guys. And then we're going to have this one here be engraved slabs, which will take from these guys. And that way we can keep them separate, which I like. And I'm actually going to set these work orders to 0 because I don't want them to get all the workers. In this case, they are making coffins nearby, which is lovely, but it's not what we want. I'm also going to have to, before I forget... Oh, hey, we have a song. Lovely. Gonna have to send this to not accept slabs and not accept coffins. And then I'm gonna do my push-ups. So, one moment. Actually, we're gonna do a bunch of things at once because I also need to refill my water. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna do push-ups. Then, like I'll do push-ups, I'll do an ad break, I'll refill my water, and then we'll be back. Thank you for the follow, Elian. I appreciate it. So, push-ups first, then I'll say bye-bye. I'll start the ads, because I know people want to hear me do push-ups, even though you can't hear it very well. And thank you for the follow, Fortress. I appreciate it. Oh, my time's up. Thank you for the help. Well, I'm glad I could help. And I hope I'll see you next time. But yeah, I'll do push-ups, ad break. So, push-ups first. Then push-ups done. Oh, nice. Have someone joining me in. That's good. So where were we? Yeah, we said that good. We said that good. Then, but we never assigned our new people to be new workers. So we're gonna do that real quick. So no. First gonna go through all my assignments and see if there's anyone that it like gets up there that doesn't have a work assignment yet. Like this guy. You're gonna be a doctor. I'm gonna have you be the weaponsmith. Because you're really, really good at that. So only you do the weaponsmithing. You are also a glassmaker. Back in the day when the low tensor games was many minutes, I did push-ups out of boredom. That is actually a good idea. I wish I had thought of that. Also, hello names, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? I hope you're well. Guess you get that. You're also a siege engineer. You're gonna be our main armor smith, and oh, you're also now I'm gonna have these guys be the siege operators. Although I guess maybe I'll have this guy join in too, even though we only have 3 now. These guys can get better. I might want to send up a training area with ballistas. Not ballistas, but catapults. Oh, and these guys are having some stone carver thing. No, you're gonna stay just being the clothing stuff. And we have enough glass things. We'll have enough stonemasons at this rate. carpenter. I do wish I had a couple more pictures to work with. Just a couple. But this is kind of nice. I do like having pictures, but I just wish I had a couple more, you know? Hi, Luna. Hello, Frog. How are you doing? Gaming on a 2861 megabyte of RAM. I'm sure it was an experience. I'm, well, working. How are you? I'm doing okay too, except I got back pain. I really need to get a better mic arm. I think I'm sitting wrong because I'm trying to talk into the mic properly, but I'm then turning without realizing, and then stuff starts hurting after a while. And then only when it hurts, I'm like, oh, well, whoops. I don't know why. I'm doing good. Glad to hear. The only true threat to our owl is the only true threat to me is my inability to recognize when I'm sitting wrong. I actually am gonna probably pull furnace operating from there, so they just focus on those things. And I'm going to, these guys have, yeah, furnace operating on there. You already do weaving. I don't want you to do another thing. I'm gonna add another. Do I want 2 guys on there? Yeah. I'm gonna have these guys start learning, hopefully, to do some metal smithing things. I just have 1 engraver that I'm being, like, I have training. Is anyone I might want to pull from stone cutting? Anyone I want to add to stone cutting? I could add you to it. That's good. Okay, that's these guys assigned to stuff. Owl? Oh, yeah. I know it's not very clear that I'm an owl. I just have the head tufts. I kept the design kind of simple because I'm the one having to draw it, so I was like, I'm just gonna stylize. I just wanted a little more than just regular old human. And I think owls are cool. So, owl it was. Also, because I am, like, or at least I used to be a night owl. I've fixed my sleep schedule since then. But yeah, owls are one of my favorite animals, so. Shush, you are still a night owl. No, I'm not. We're still quite bird. I am bird brain. I have a very small, smooth pebble brain. Although people keep saying that I maybe should have been a magpie. I don't fully disagree. I do like my shiny things. The other thought I have was be a dragon. Because, again, I like shiny things. I like hoarding stuff. But I think ravens also like shiny things. And I find ravens to be cooler. But owls are also cool. And I don't think I could get, like, the owls at least have head tufts. I don't know how I'd brave things. Crow. Luna the crow. Hello, Luna. More time for Diggy Diggy Hole. And what I wanted to do, one of the things I wanted to do at least was here. I think you, and I'm going to ask you to make 2 olivine drop coffins that should be high quality for our special tombs. Okay, yes, that's nice. Okay, could we get a masterwork olivine? No. That's not good enough. Try again. Also, don't take general work orders. No. We're gonna sell all the ones that do not live up to our standards. We need really good olivine drop coffins. Like, you're making masterwork stuff. Can't you make a masterwork olivine coffin for me real quick? Um, you stopped for the night playing some V Rising. The new update is so cool. Yeah, V Rising is one of the games I'm like, oh, I kind of want to get that, but I have too many games. I see a shiny new game and I'm like, I wanna. And prior to streaming, it was my wallet like putting a natural stop to that inclination, because it's like, you don't have the money, you can't, which was good for me. And now people have been giving me things, and it's very nice of them, but it also means I have no I have no self-control. I just see a shiny game and like, oh, I wanna. I'm doing the screech before starting work, and I had appointments with physical therapists. However, oh, scream probably. However, that translates to in English. Fully recommend that. There were many muscle groups that have constantly tied or they're not strong enough to tie it correctly. Some other groups need to compensate and overstress. Altogether leads to pain and numbing of the body parts. And she told me if I will not start working out, it will be worse. And so take care of yourself. Yeah, I should. It's one of the things I gotta do. I have gone to a physical therapist before because I had like a wrist pain and I was overstraining it because I was drawing so much. I've gotten better at that, but I think I'm just sitting wrong. With because it started with my like it went well for a while, but I think it's just repeatedly streaming and sitting slightly wrong. Um, I'm on a ship. I need a deckhand. Oh, we playing Sea of Thieves. Also, what I think I'm gonna do, I might make a doctor's guild here, because then they can start teaching each other how to doctor better. And it's well centralized. They might ask for two later on, so there's gonna be doctors and then surgeons. So I'm gonna make just two things. Because I think it fits nicely here. You know, it's a good spot. No unsolicited deck pics. Don't show off your ship. I mean, I guess don't show off your ship unless people ask. So, yeah. So we're gonna do that. I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna ask them to have olivine. Actually, hold up. No, I'm gonna decorate the olivine ones. So first I'm not all the way over there. I'm going to smooth these bits, and then I'm gonna put coffins in and doors. How's our gem decorating going? It's a gem setter, but how good is our gem setter right now? It's a novice. You're an adept, so I might want to train you with some less valuable. What I might do, like gems plus, and got gems minus. So these will be the less valuable ones. These will be the more valuable ones. And I'm gonna have this be ladder. No bins in you. Hi, codependent. Also, good evening, your beautiful buzzer. Oh, I love the extra icons for the other labors. Although I guess they get reused once you get to... Yeah. Sadly, you can't select, like when you add a new work detail, they'll just have the new one in order. You can't select which one. So if you have a specific one in mind, you'll have to add work details until you find that picture. They didn't say that in the mod. They're like, I currently am not able to change that, so this is just how it works. So on one hand, it's nice that there aren't a million of them, but I hope that if they can find a way to select which picture you want, that they maybe add a couple more, because I'd love to have like a specific one for my woodworking people to like maybe be some logs, and I would like maybe some, yeah, just some more separation. I want more picture indicators because I like having a very long list of very specific tasks so my dwarves can specialize. Is this an alt account, a tribute, or a coincidence? I have no clue what that would be about. And now I need to remember which ones are the ones that are valuable and which ones are the ones that are not. So I think these guys, or the gems that are cut, all diamonds are valuable, all circles are valuable, all spinels are valuable. I know amethysts are valuable. Opals are, some of them are more valuable than others, but... And then garnets are valuable. Oh! Thank you for the gift sub, Neems to Codependent. I really appreciate it. That's super kind of you. Tourmalins were valuable. I don't know if jades were. I know Rhodon delights were valuable. Rubies and sapphires were. Tanzanites, I'm fairly certain are. All the star things are. And this one is gonna be all cut gems, but then we deselect all the things, so all diamonds are no. And thank you for another gift sub from Codependent to Deep Space Renegade. I really appreciate that. Super kind of you. Gonna deselect all opals, deselect all tourmalines, deselect all garnets, all star things, just rubies, ruby cells also, sapphires, emeralds, zircons were valuable. Yeah, we're deselecting them. I don't remember if agates were valuable. I believe red barrels were. Spinels, I'm fairly certain valuable. Rhodon the lights were. We don't want rock crystals. Now we just need to dump these out to sort them. Cute emo, thank you! I'm glad you like them. I don't know if gem setting will be raised by using cut stones, but I'm gonna try. See if that works. Because then we can raise it without using our gem stuff. And all we need to do is say cut our polished stones, and we want probably just specific stones. We do have a lot of olivine, but I might want to use olivine for other things, so maybe we also have a fair amount of microlin. I'm gonna say microlin, and then I'm gonna make sure we have enough. And I want to have like a bunch of these. Olivine is a nice stone. It is. It is very pretty. But I kind of want to use that for my tomb area, my catacombs. Let's see, does our organization work? Oh yeah, we have cut rock crystals, I forgot. We don't want to cut rock crystals anymore. But seeing as we have them, we should put them in here. But these should not have any rock crystals in them. So they don't get cut anymore. Because we want to have rock crystals separate. For making crystal and glass. And it only works with the raw ones. So, the more you know. Again, this will gather all the gems. But it won't put them in bins, so we can separate them by, hopefully, value. Because, okay, lapis lazuli isn't that much. Jasper also. Phrases also weren't that much. Okay, the pyro cabochons are quite, so I might need to switch those out. So, no, pyro. Black pyro. But they are in here. Wait, what? These should not be in this one. Okay, no, they are. Pyro removed. Pyro added. So these guys need to go out. Then smoky quartz is also not that much. Anything quartz generally is not very high value. And in here, spinels were pretty valuable. Zircons were. Diamonds definitely. Rhodolites are also. Yeah. Have you ever googled Harlequin gems? They're so cool. I have never, but that sounds like a very pretty. I love drawing gemstones. I think they're very pretty. I used to have a, or I still technically have it, but the trial has expired. I have a program that is a proper gem cutting program that actual gem cutters use to like test their gem design. Also, hey, we reached exactly 700 followers. I only just saw that is awesome. But they use to test their gem designs, which I love making gems in to then draw. It is not as good at rendering as like it doesn't exactly look like an actual gem, but it's just I love using it. I really like drawing gemstones. I don't do art. I don't stream art because it gets me nervous. But I might do it once in a while if there's enough interest and if I don't feel too nervous. Did they make more olivine coffins that are actually up to scratch? Because we need really pretty olivine coffins. Let's actually put some coffins in because we can still smooth after we've put things in. These are gabbro, so that's fine. No, I did not mean to put that door in, but we can just cancel that. I'll start work on this, and then we can, we want that of Gabbro. We could technically put in the less well-made olivine here. Maybe we do switch to all olivine. Do we switch to all olivine coffins? Magpie. Yeah. It's so weird when there's something that you're good at, your skill level instantly turns to zero simply because there are people. Yeah. It's like people are watching and it just stage fright, man. I wouldn't mind seeing a Dorothy engraving from Blue Nest. I had considered at some point like going over the engravings some of my dwarves did, and then trying to draw it, but some of them are so crazy. I'm not sure how I would make that work. We have already made a bunch of Gabbro coffins though, so it might be too late to switch to olivine. I could do olivine flooring. That might look nice. Yeah. So we're gonna go roll blocks. And we're gonna go just 5 at a time. Olivine. And we specifically want to make sure we have enough. In that case, we do need to actually worry about the order of placing things. We can't build floors after, so I'm going to actually remove these again. I do hope that they eventually add a quicker way of removing buildings like that. And that would be nice. I don't think I can. No. Just gonna cancel all that. Are we being way too elaborate with how fancy we're making this? Absolutely. Am I going to make it fancy anyway? Yes. We can, so we will. And then we want olivine. I need caffeine. Well, good. Go get some, maybe? Or good luck getting some? I don't know. Oh, and we did make some master olivine coffins. So what we're gonna do next... I just found out my soda's caffeine free. Oh no, I guess. What I might do, actually, hold up, I have an idea. So this, we're going to have coffins of Gabbro. We're gonna do a sneaky. We're gonna decorate the Gabbro coffins with our polished stones to maybe hopefully practice with our gem setting. So then we can do our fancy gem setting on the better things. I'm gonna say encrust furniture with polished stones. And you're going to take from here. And I'm gonna put tiny stockpile here. Just put a microlint closer, so they don't have to walk as far to when they polishing the stones. I'm also gonna check up here. Still haven't gathered everything, so we're gonna keep them open for now. I'm also going to actually make this a little smaller. We just want a couple mechanisms there. I might even make this just one spin wide. I occasionally need to build up there, and I don't want it to have the hole all the way from the bottom. But I also want most of my blocks to be at the bottom, because that's where I'm going to do most of my building. You always end up with engraves like an alligator man wearing armor dancing in front of 1 million fluffy wamblers. So, yeah, exactly. Rimworld also had like fun art things where I'm like, where it would be like, if you squint, you can see 7 giraffes in the background. The cow is holding the cow, and the cow is glowing red. And if you squint, you can see 7 snakes looking on in awe in the background. It is very entertaining. Why are they not polishing? Is it... What if I make this just you and say that you can only do this? No. Okay. If I say cut a gem, then you polish microlin? Huh. Why are you not doing the thing? Is it a different skill that you need? It is... It's getting cancelled. That's interesting. I mean, I can imagine that it might be stone something, but... It's always fun to check out what kind of fever dream your force decision decide it needs to be immortalized in this stat. Yeah, it is. I don't know why it's not saying, allowing, like, it's gone through. And it should be being done. Oh, I understand. Here, now you should be fine. Oh, the Baron Fukar Lothar of Workring meets with the elf diplomat Conibo Rafiseleta. You have disrespected the trees in this area, but this is what we have come to expect from your still get further. Really? Again? Well, I mean, at least this time. Last time this happened, this elf braved a full-on undead siege just to tell us we've been disrespecting the trees. At least they're being slightly more sensible about it, but see, my problem with it is that we've been cutting trees that are literally already dead. These trees are not... We haven't been cutting live trees. We're not disrespecting nothing. It's already dead. They're already gone. There's nothing to save here, elf. You've... The trees are gone, man. Don't blame us. Blame the dang evil tower. I'm gonna just double check that I don't have any logs on the surface by just doing the same trick I did with the bolts. Like a life-size statue of spiders is respecting the dead, unforgivable. Yeah, I'm like, I'm sorry, but the trees are not alive. These trees are alive. These guys on the edges, but these guys aren't. There's nothing to save here. Elf fights his way through undead horde to tell you you scuffed the bark on the sap. Yeah, they would. If like, how could you? Like, we're in the middle of a battle for our lives. Get your priorities straight. No, they won't listen. Still need to find Casterite. Gonna just a bit of that. Do we have Casterite? Okay, stones, stones. Do we have any lying? Probably not, because they'd have grabbed it, but if we do, and we find where it's lying around, we know which layer to look at. Sadly, you can't search it up there. For some reason, that doesn't work. We have a lot of tetrahedrite. No, it does not look like we have any lying around. And I really wish we could check if it was even on the map. Like, is it a thing? Galena. More Galena. Need a silver. I can do a little bit of an exploratory into that direction and that direction. Oh, Snatcher. Oh. Huh. Well, we can't have that. I'm gonna pull this lever so they can't escape. Then get him. Actually, let's follow him. Hi. Good. The only thing, this does reveal a slight flaw in our plans. For one, the diplomats that want to come in are if we close this up completely, they're gonna be unhappy. So I think what we might need to do is we do actually close the shield bridge. So the caravans can still reach, but any entity going in and out will have to go to our trap hallway, which should hopefully help. And also, if we do want to close things down and something has entered secretly, these would be kind of exposed. So we might need to move them more, but I want a more centralized area. You snapped the stick, you monster. It was on the ground. You monster. Yeah, I'd like that. Down again. Disrespecting the stick and the ground. Like, but you're touching the ground, and then they're like, no, I don't. And you just go down on the ground level and you look, and they're just slightly hovering above the ground with each step. Like, elves do not touch the ground because they'll be squishing the grass. They just hover slightly above it at all times. Stretch check. Okay, stretchy stretch. Roll the shoulders. Roll them the other way. Arms up. To the side. Ah. Oh, they did that quick. They're like, I want to create a thing and I'm creating it right now. Like, man, didn't even finish our stretch. We're gonna undo that. Hello, work orders again. And we're going to put that puzzle box here for now. Because then we lock it so they can't accidentally take it away. And we know it's not going to get stolen. Like, at least that's, I hope, how it'll work. Still haven't done this. That's interesting. That's coming together. So we can now start placing our doors, which means that they'll also make more doors to get all of these done. I don't know why this construction isn't finishing, but we're just going to retell them what to do because I think they're just confused. There we go. That should help. Look at all these guys go. And also something that's important to do is allow all this area to be accessed. And we want our things decorated, so I'm actually going to pull these here for now. Make this a little bigger. That smoothed. Are we? Yes, we're polishing. Okay. Oh, they look kind of pretty too. There we go. Now they should start decorating Gabbro coffins. Right, double check. Yeah. Oh, they look quite pretty as smoothed stone. Like they're not worth that much, but hopefully that'll train. Because yeah, they're now an expert gem cutter. I think that has trained them. And one nice thing I also very much like about DF Hack is you can say we only want decorated ones. So I can already place these coffins. So they'll place them later. But they won't place undecorated ones. It is very nice. And the reason I have this with 2 spaces is in case I need to have a slab there. I do like having... I used to make slabs for every single dwarf that died. I don't do that anymore, at least not if there's like a lot of death happening at once. But I do like having like a separate section for each dwarf, so if they need a slab because they don't have a body, I can still assign a gravesite for them and have enough spots for everyone. Let's place the rest of the doors here. We also do want a section for animals. I think I'm just going to like maybe have this for animals and have like some animal sections in between all the dwarf sections, not keep like a super separate area. I do like having them all a little like centralized, like not interspersed between dwarves. But I'm gonna have this chunk for now be animals, and we're not... Sometimes I do like visually different areas to be for animals. So I have like a random spot where the rock goes from Gabbro and Olivine to suddenly having Microlin. I might put the animal graves there, just to use that visual separation. Alpha caravan has arrived. They got a giant muskox. Dang, that's a big boy. I would sell them the giraffes, but they're in wooden cages, so they're gonna definitely get very upsetty spaghetti at us for that. Um, I don't know if we can put them in different cages. Like, I know you can put a cage down and then say, hey, you go in the cage, but if you deconstruct it, I think they're let out again. I'm not sure. So I don't know how to deal with that. Maybe if they're tamed? I don't know if you can directly sell tamed animals. It's mainly that if you try and sell elves anything that has wood in it, so like an animal in a wooden cage, they're like, how dare you? This beautiful tree! How could you? But the reason I make them out of wood is because they're much lighter to carry. Also, we never filled this in, so let's do that. You have no problem with the fact that you have several giraffes in cages, but wait, is that cage made out of pine? Yeah. Or well, maybe they would have a problem with the giraffes in cages, but then again, they bring animals for sale to sell in cages too. Theirs is only made out of living wood, so it doesn't count. I don't know exactly the logic behind that, but oh, no, that's we want microlin, and we are probably going to stop polishing microlin stones for a bit because we're going through microlin really fast. Let's make some out of something else, like what do I know I'm not gonna use? I'm very unlikely to start using auto class or anything. They're just trying to corner the market on wood products, I guess. Oh, no, I wanted to deselect the microlin. And I am actually going to have this also take from here. They'll just hopefully be taking from the one closer by, but then we're going to have this be our corpse file. And we're also going to allow this in there. And I think we had a temporary corpse file here. Yes. A temporary bodies file. We don't. That's a no. Might have actually like erase some of those body parts with the dfhack dump delete thing, because they don't disintegrate all the way for some reason. Why are you here? Oh, you're just laying there for some reason. We also want some doors here, and we need to make this area pretty. least eventually. For now, this is gonna be Guild Hall Doctor. They don't demand a guild hall yet, but we are gonna give them one in advance, so they'll hopefully start teaching each other stuff to do. And I'll say only citizens, so some other citizens might learn. Hey, Lunlun. Hello, Kaina. How you doing? They have arrived and are unloading their goods. So I'm gonna forge more of these. How much iron do we have? Can I check real quick? We still have a lot of iron. Good. Wait, hold up. Do we have... We're gonna melt that. That's all good. I forgot to set up snaz. I knew I was forgetting something. We'll need the briefing what has happened. Okay. So, wat tot nu toe is gebeurd. Ja, ik denk dat het een goede manier is om het te zeggen. Wat tot nu toe is gebeurd is... wacht, hebben ze een Ze hebben een eenhoorn. Ik wil ook een eenhoorn. Oh, beter verkopen ze ons een eenhoorn. Ik wil ook een eenhoorn. Dit is geen andere optie. Ik wil er ook één. Ik wil er ook één. Kijk, het is geweldig. En ze hebben een gigantische dat, maar ik wil liever die eenhoorn. Ik ga dit openen en ik denk voor nu laat ik dit ook wel open. Liever niet, maar ze moeten nog steeds dingen pakken. Kan het ook dicht doen. Ik weet niet of ze dan geïrriteerd worden als ik het dicht laat. Maar ik denk dat ik dat misschien ga doen. Dus deze gaat dicht. Deze is open. Deze blijven gewoon zoals het is. Oh, there we go. I was by that pointy... Yeah, that's what I was saying. I want a pointy horse. I don't think they're selling the unicorn, but I want it. I want a unicorn. We were under siege, and we weren't able to down the undead fiends with our ballista arrows, so we've made a trap hallway. We also do want to actually extend this hallway further. We want a longer shooting area, so actually let's do that. This. We're gonna extend this all the way here. And we're probably just gonna put a wall there to force them to go the long way around. There. Or maybe we want to put a door somewhere in there. I'm not cute. How dare. And we're going to... put walls here and here. We can't put this one, that one will just floor, but we'll just fill in that floor. Hold up, gonna change that little. Can I? Okay, we're gonna do polished stones. We're going to say large gems. So they'll do it no matter what stone it is. And then we're going to say, I want you to use order class for now. Okay, so apparently we have enough giraffe now that they're starting to cull them. We do have a lot of giraffes, so... Wait, hold up. Did I see you have a fey mood, or were you just thinking about something? No, you were just thinking about rainbows. And what I might do is I got toys here. I'm going to shrink that. And I'm gonna put a toy section in the Doctor's Guild. So they will hang out here and hopefully learn how to be surgeons. And we're gonna say no bins. Also, I don't think I have a lot of toys. So I'm gonna say, look, toy out of port side. Oh, do you have a named male axe dwarf in the militia? If answer is yes, could he be named Garnier Bloodaxe? I don't think I have any axe dwarfs because we are in a they might be. I kind of want them all to be hammer dwarfs because of the undead. I don't want them chopped into pieces because that would be kind of not good for us. I'm going to... Why is there a dress in the dress code? Oh wait, I didn't have shirts, did I? Yeah, shirts were foreign for some reason. These dwarves never learned how to make a shirt. Did I have a cloak in there? I did not. I would like this cloak to be out of leather. I'm going to make a new set of hammer dwarf gear stuff. And I think I want all the war hammers to be out of silver. And I also will add a ladder hood to their thing. And I'm gonna call this steel hammer. And I am going to actually equip them all with the steel hammer uniform, which is kind of confusing because the hammers aren't made out of steel, just the uniforms are. Well, then could he be named Garnin Hammerdwarf, cousin of Blood Axe, or Garner Bloodhammer? I could do that. Let's see. That's a lady. That's a guy. Garnier Bloodhammer. There you go. And also a thing we're gonna do is we want to make leather dresses for our army people. Ooh. We don't have a lot of tanned hides. Okay, hold up. Maybe we forgo the leather stuff for now. We... say any material. Oh, we already had a leather hood. Any material, any material. We do keep these leather. We keep the gloves leather. Move that, sign that. May smash money on that in the parish like doors always do. I read yesterday that the summer might be as dry as last. Be nasty ahead. Oh yeah, that wouldn't be good. We had like a lot of but out of words. A lot of issue with our groundwater level because of how dry the last couple seasons been. This spring it has actually rained quite a lot, so I think it's slowly getting restored. But yeah, we've been having issues with drought over here too, which is ironic considering it's the Netherlands. And the one thing generally true of the Netherlands is that we have a lot of water. Oh, wait, hold up. I need to be very careful. These are elves. I need to only give them... I can't trade them wooden things. I nearly forgot and gave them stuff they would not want. We can give them our old clothes. We just can't give them within the bin because the bin is made out of wood. And oh goodness me, how could I possibly make a bin out of wood? How dare I? The elf humanity. It's truly shocking. Yeah, one can wish the predictions are wrong. Yeah, let's hope. This is... yes, these are the right ones. I like separating my finished goods between elf safe and non-elf safe items, and also between newly made stuff and old stuff. So I have a gathering, like I have a specific stockpile for newly made things, and then I have a stockpile which gathers all clothes, which will generally be old thing, and then I separate it into stuff that is made out of leather and or wool, and stuff that is made out of plant stuff. Oh, the manatee. Oh, the manatee. The dwarf standing there confused. Why are they yelling about a manatee? Do I keep some of the olivine coffins and then like maybe make a section of olivine coffins, or am I just gonna have all the coffins be gabbro? I think I'm for now gonna have all the coffins be gabbro, and I'm just gonna keep my 2 masterwork olivine ones. I'm really not using the shell doors. I think I'm gonna sell them. We can sell this to them and this, but not the leather one. The manatee of trying to sell them leather. Why do I have so many stuff on the ground? Feathered 3 egg yolks? Feather trees are the ones that are super light and grow in the special biome, the Myrtle one where the unicorns come from. I don't know why we have egg yolks of it. It apparently is in the... with distance of 0, it is in the trade depot, so I have no clue. 3 egg apparently. I don't think we can plant trays. We definitely cannot sell them thread. We might be able to sell them prepared meals, but even though this says quarry pushed leaf roast, there's no guarantee that it'll be fully quarry pushed. So we can sell this because it's in granite, but we'll have to double check once it is there if both of them are actually safe to sell. We can do that for this too, just in case they actually sell unicorns. We definitely can't sell those. Okay, we are out of order class. No. Oh, hold up, I didn't. Ah. I know what's wrong here. Let's see. I got upper, trader, the middle thing, that, the thing, the catacombs. So I want this one. So this is gonna be production. Production, which is here. Then this. Sadly, we have to move it all down because I want it in order of like layers. Otherwise I'm gonna get confused. It's gonna be the tavern. Then actually I might keep the tavern. The tavern and the farmlands are pretty close by. So tavern, and then I scroll one down and I'm at the farmlands, and then the catacombs, and for now this will be the magma sea. We got more shifts, like stuff to center to when we use shift now. We used to only have, or at least as far as I remember, in the prior update we only had like the 8. So but we can work with this for now. We're gonna request a broker. It is so nice to have fast dwarf on when. And this is why we check. As dwarves cannot be trusted. I guess I'll put a door in for now, and then we'll just lock the door, and then we'll be able to still access this, but hopefully nobody else will get in. And trade. Oh, actually, before we trade, I need to check. I need to check these. Quarry bush, quarter bush, quarter bush. Okay, so this one is good. The food pot, that is not special. The top one is good, and then that one is good. Right, double check. Okay. So granite pots, that is not improved. It's also all corny bush. Because they will get upsetty spaghetti if you attempt to feed them meat. This is also quarry bush. So we have unimproved one, slightly improved, and we have 2 other unimproved ones. That is also all quarry bush. And I know it's kind of annoying that I have to check, but there's no quicker way of doing it. I do want to be sure. So if I want a unicorn, I don't want them to run away upsetty spaghetti that I dare to try and feed them meat. It's also all quarry bush. That's all 3 of them checked. This is all the elf's fault. It's all the elf's fault. They're very picky eaters. And then last one. That's also all quarry bush. Which I'm not quite sure why, considering we do have meat available, but I guess the quarry bush is just closer located. And then this one. Also all quarry bush. So we have made elf safe food, which is good for us. Right. Now, do they have anything we're interested in? Don't have a unicorn. Well, we are gonna try and convince them to bring us more animals by buying animals from them. I would really love if they would bring us like wooden logs. I would appreciate that highly. sadly they do not seem to be doing that. I'm actually going to first sell all of the white clothing, because that can't be gifted. And then if we have extra profits, we'll gift some things, and then maybe they'll be happier with us and bring us better goodies next time. Oh, for some reason it didn't fully scroll down. What do the colors mean? Welcome back to the stream, Snokje. And the colors, so the white means that you technically didn't make it yourself. So, all these clothings our dwarves came in with, or we bought from a trader. All the yellow clothings are stuff we made ourselves. You can turn something that's technically not made in-house from white to yellow by improving it with something. Trading with the Elvises. They have unicorns. I want unicorns. I'm going to try and convince them to bring me unicorns. Does it affect value? Not as far as I know. It just means you cannot gift it, offer stuff as gifts, because you didn't make it yourself and you can't give things you didn't make yourself. But as far as I know, it doesn't affect value. Convince them. No, they need to actually bring the stuff. We'll take your food. I really wish they'd bring me logs, but hopefully they'll understand that we want more animals. Actually, we'll even buy the cat. Okay, they're very happy about the trading, so that was seen as proper. I do wish there was a way of checking more easily what stuff the elves would get upset about before you send out the offer. That would have been nice. Now I'm gonna select all the yellow things. So the axes mean, I don't know if there's anyone here that doesn't know it. The axes mean that it is worn. A small axe means it's slightly worn. A big axe means it's quite super worn. And then like 2 axes mean it's like, so this is even more worn. And then you can have a small axe and a big one, I think. And then 2 big ones mean that it's nearly completely like worn through and it'll break any moment. Yeah, I spent like 10 minutes setting up a trade with elves and evidently ticked something animal based and they left in the half and my time was, yeah, I hate when that happens. That's why I separate my elf trade goods from my non-elf trade goods beforehand. It doesn't guarantee you won't mess up, but it makes it more likely to not like piss them off. Hello, welcome to the stream, Luna Dream. There's another Luna. Ooh. I don't think I've ever had another Luna in my chat, actually. You might be the first one. I also really wish we could select everything in a bin without selecting the bin itself. So we could say select everything in this bin. Because if you have like a full bin that is mostly stuff that you want to sell with 1 or 2 items you don't want to sell, you still have to click all the items you do want to sell instead of saying like, hey, I just want everything here selected and then deselect this and this. That would be nice. But we're gonna offer this as gifts. And oh, well, you missed one. You know what? And we're gonna even, maybe not the food, maybe a little bit of the food. Offer that as gifts. Trade menu UI improvements would be so great. Yeah. Must be a month for it. If you find it, let me know. I've looked for it and I couldn't find it. The problem with improving some of the screens is that there's only so much a mod can do. Like, there needs to be the base work for the mod to pull from. Otherwise, the mod just can't alter it. So it might just be that I cannot alter it. I think that is enough trading. But, oh, damn stone. One of the other things I'd love to have is a tab system in here. So I could say, like, have all the Gabbro mechanism and the door and the blocks in like one tab that I can just open and close. So I can have multiple things that, like, industries sort of together. So I can scroll through things more easily and also organize it more easily. So I'm like, oh, I want the new armor thing. And I just put it in the armor tab so I can check if I have all my armor stuff organized. Gotcha, yeah, and DF is infamous for spaghetti code. Which would make it even harder on anyone modding it. Why are you... Oh, you're gathering things, you're not... I see. Yeah. And then we're going to switch from order class to something else. Let's do quartzite. Because we want all of these guys decorated. And usually dwarves don't move this fast. I have fast dwarf turned on because they have to go from this elevation all the way to this elevation, which is a lot of stairs for them to walk. So to not be very annoyed at myself, I have this also. I'm gonna need to... actually, no, that's the outer trade bridge. That's the wrong one. We need this one. Wait. Why? Hold up. You should not be my crossbow squad. Huh. Okay, hold up. No, 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 no. Let's see, we'll keep your leggings, gauntlet, and a buckler, but we're going to say guards. And then we're going to create a new squad, that's for crossbows. And we're going to rename this to be... so we can recognize them. And we're going to have this one be... no, we're going to start with the hammer frame. So we recognize them as being a hammer squad, and this one is going to be crossbow. Cross the wire. Cross the wires. And then I don't think we need that many cards, so I'm gonna okay, we have one there. And then we're gonna assign this to be Crossbow the Wires. I think that's kind of funny name. And we're going to place training bolts here. And we'll take from... No. Do we have an ammo thing here? Okay, we're gonna do an ammo gather so it doesn't get in the wrong things. No bins. Then we're going to... I think we were meant to have an ammo gather and just never set it up. Actually, we're gonna have to move pickaxes. Maybe. And move pickaxes to be... Oh wait, this was our ammo gather. My bad. Just never set you up. Thank you for the follow, Luna Dream. I really appreciate it. I hope you've been enjoying your stay. Oh my, not this many. I struggled so much to get the crossbow boards to work. I gave up. Yeah. I think Stair had the same cost to walk as the floor. Yeah, I think it does. I wouldn't pick up bolts no matter what I did. Yeah, I can't always get it to work. Oh god, I pierced 2 pair of earrings in my ear. It hurts. Oh, ouch, ouch, ouch. Make sure to disinfect it properly. I know from experience that if you don't do that, it gets even worse. I made the unfortunate decision of having my ears pierced at Claire's when I was a kid, and it's not a good call. Very bad call, in fact. So I eventually took them out and my ears healed over because it was too painful. Let's see. So I have other. I have metal. I have metal bolts, and I have... Okay. These are gonna go. And then the training bolts will be... Actually, I should have just moved that other bolt thing over, but oh well. Any quality out of wood or bone. And then, are we making bone bolts already? This is part of the reason I really like tabs, so I can more easily go over things. There, we are making bone bolts. And we definitely want a lot more than 30. I'd like at least 200. So they should gather here. And then the other thing we're going to set up is these guys are going to train here. The guard is allowed to stay there. I am going to actually only have 1 day in the year they will train. I don't want my guards to actually get too strong. I just need them to be able to help a little. And then I'm gonna copy this over to here. But I'm going to offset these by 2. Also, I need these guys to, I think, train a little more than the other guys. The reason I have it on no orders is because on no orders they will keep their armor on. And I kind of want them to have their armor on at all times. So whenever I like need them, they will actually be ready. I also clearly don't have enough armor for everyone. Also, these bows aren't very good. So those are supposed to be the good ones. Do I also... Okay, I'm gonna move these guys to here. And then this will be, suppose, wood, bone, minus, which will mean that they're not good. And here, actually, that might be easier to do manually. I'll allow all of this. Crossbows. And then I want more crossbows being made because I need them to do better. And I think we have a fair amount of bone, so we're gonna make them out of bone. And then bone crossbows. Sadly, we can't say bone crossbows that are of a certain, like, not value, a certain quality. I tend to put all my dwarves in the military. Yeah, I guess you could do that. They do all, like, demand military training, but I like having some dwarves to just focus, or actually I like having a lot of dwarves to just focus on doing their crafting stuff. I really wish they wouldn't all demand to be in the military or all demand to constantly craft things, because I want my military dwarves to be, like, I want all my dwarves to be happy, but my military dwarves are like, oh no, I can't craft things. My crafty dwarves are like, I want to do military things. Like, no. You don't need military trading. It's so annoying to go through snow. Is there a thing for digging damp dig? Vein, sea, circle, type, exploratory. Liquids? No, that's for spawning liquids. Oh, that might be nice to actually find cassiterite. I might do that because I don't remember if we even have any on this map, and I don't want to manually search if it like there isn't any at all. Just mine through, you jerks. Oh, no, not that one. Hello, Leaf Tramp. Thank you for the hydration check. How are you doing? Also, that's a cute emote. I like it. Rainbow. I know the stone is down. I want you to mine there anyway. No. Get back there. No, get back, you. Yeah, keep on mining. Come on. And then we will actually mine this out before we go down so we can smooth the walls. Keep on mining. Keep on smoothing. You guys got this. Just, I know it's wet. Stop canceling. Okay. Now we can smooth all this. Luna's a cutie. I'm not cute. I'm good. Good. Glad to hear. And then we go dig down, which will immediately smooth. Come on, guys. I need you to be a little faster. Before the hole fills with water, please. You appear to still have leakage from the top. Can at least smooth out this. Well, we're gonna need to dig out the top so we don't have leakage in here. I mean, I guess it wouldn't be too bad, but I kind of just want to prevent any kind of accidental flooding. There's a command to officially communicate. Lindsay, I'm not cute. Thank you, but no. And I think it would be more efficient to just go up from here. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to dig into, actually no, a little away from there because then it won't be, and go up. Wait, how did you do the animation to now to blush then? Did you? I did hit a button. I have several emotion states. I use Veto too, and it has several button triggers, so I can switch. This one was super scared. Yeah, so I got normal, I got blush, I got worried, I got angry, and I got very, very scared. Oh, one moment. Apologies for that. Mom came in to ask me something. Yeah, I got button triggers. I am running out of keys on my keyboard that aren't actually like used by other like things like games and other stuff. That is a bit of an issue. Um, I wanted to check. I wanted to see if I could not there. Was this locate ore thing that I want to try? Because I see digging one tile of specific all tiles we can ore visible ore find. Okay. Oh, so I can available the map. That's nice. Silver and copper. So we do have cassiterite. That's good to know. So we know our search won't be in vain. Our search for veins won't be in vain. And it's so cute the machine. No. Also, you can see which buttons I use for switching my emotion states when I typed in on there. I use my numpad for it. So now we need to locate or cassiterite. Cassiterite. Funny. There's some cassiterite that's here. Oh? Here? I don't see it. Did they This is order class. Yeah, it's a little too wet there. I'm gonna put a door in there, and then I'm gonna go here, and I'm gonna go up here. And I think what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna mine it out and have to fill it in with blocks. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to mine out 2 layers. And this is getting a little like flooded, and I'm kind of worried that it'll. Yeah, we're gonna have to mine out. Oh, shoot. I'm actually gonna put a floor on there. I think I might have been too late because I don't think this will evaporate anymore. But all the flooding in this area is going in there and filling it up. Did you hit an aquifer? I sure did. My oh, I should pull that down. My trap hallway hit an aquifer, so now I'm gonna try and dig out areas and smooth it to like stop the water from dripping down from the ceiling. And it's filled in this hole that is supposed to catch all the ballista arrows. Gotta stop the gotta stop the water. They'll be leaving soon, so we open the door for them so they don't get angry. Or at least, I don't exactly know what happens if they can't leave, but I imagine they're not very happy about it. And we want the elves to bring us their unicorns. We want this. We want this. We want this. Water fan. Yeah, yay. I really dislike how they cancel each time there's a dam. Like, I know, I'm aware. I really wish I could say, like, just mine, even though it is damp. It is a very cool mechanic in the game. Like, it has water pressure and everything. They are hoarding all the unicorns to themselves. Yeah, I want a cool unicorn. There needs to be a pseudo mine. Like a mine anyway. Like, I'm aware that there's gonna be... Yeah, I'd love that. I'm the admin, let me mine. I love the idea of Dwarf Fortress asking you for admin, like, permission. Like, I am the admin. So don't mind. Is that an abbreviation for something? Yes, what is an abbreviation for? I'm very super user too. Oh, I see. I'm very terrible at abbreviations, as anyone who's been here for like just a smidge will know. I am so bad at it. It's the Linux command for I'm the flipping admin, let me do it. That is great. They left. They still needing tin. I know there's damp stone. I do want this to be symmetrical because, I don't know. I don't need it to be, I just want it to be. Oh, we have some more migrants. Starting to become a proper metropolis. So I think that has stopped the dripping, and it seems that we are not getting any dripping from above this floor, so that's good. And just to make sure, I'm gonna smooth like further down. Linux jokes. I have a Windows. Now the only thing I need to fix is that. So I could either mine out more space, and then fill it back up, or I could use a screw pump. But I might just mine out a little more space actually. Although I should probably wait till some of this has dried up, so... Dang it, that's not what we want. We don't want any sand here. It has sandified. Quick, smooth all the things. Hide the imperfection. Like, on one hand, it's nice that you can make any area into, like, proper dirt. On the other hand, it's kind of annoying that it doesn't remember that it was, like, flipping stone under there. What's the purple stone? It's not purple stone, it's muddy under lichen. So now if I place a floor over it and then remove it, it'll be considered dirt. Like, it is dirt now. It's like, it's not just a muddy floor, it is dirt. There was never stone. I use Windows at home because it's so much easier with games, but Linux is work. Ah, I see. Makes sense. I haven't really used Linux before, so I can show you. If I remove this now, it'll be sand or dirt or some kind. We're gonna dig down there, and then hopefully that'll be wide enough to... Yeah, so sand. I'm gonna put that back because I want it all to look the same. Gonna mine that out. I am gonna mine these out, not these, because I need one of these to still work. No, actually, that's not enough space for them to go down. Or is it? Come on, it's just a little water. You can do it. Good job. Every system I'm running in Linux aside from my Surface Pro that I use for drawings, because Clip Studio doesn't have a Linux release, and even if I did, I don't think the driver support would be up to par for the Slim Pen and display drivers. Yeah, anything that... Basically, a lot of things just require Windows, because most... Windows is supported most of all. Although Apple supposedly is also very good for creative pursuits, but it's like you're gonna need to use the things that Apple provides. It's no... I don't know. You don't have options. As far as I was able to tell. I actually am gonna fill this in, but I'm gonna smooth it first because I think that's gonna be quicker. Or not. We'll see. Hopefully that is enough space that stuff will dry out. And then we can fill it up. Okay, we need coal. Okay, let's see. We need steel, we need tin, we need bread, we need stuff, we need more tin, refined coal, tanned hides, and quartz. Okay. Let's fix some of these things. So these guys are asking for basically new stone to do stuff with. So I'm going to ask them to use... bauxite. Well, with Linux, if you want something to work badly enough, you can make it happy. I'm just a nerd. I like the... Fair. I'm more of a... Like, I'm not a fully casual user. I'm not Apple, but I do need stuff to work without me needing to pour in hours to make it actually do what I want it to do. Hence, I'm on the Windows. It is just easier in some instances, especially because I use Paint Sci, and I don't think it's supported by anything but Windows. I like not having Windows randomly power my system down because of... Yeah, that is a big thing. That is a fair assessment. It does like to do that. It is lunchtime for me, so I am going to save and return to the menu, and I'm gonna go to the lounge. I will continue after lunch break, but I just need the food. So we are, I think, gonna raid into someone, or maybe we'll... There isn't anyone I'm familiar with that is certainly... Yeah, there's nobody I'm really familiar with to just... I guess it'll just be a very long ad break. There's nobody I'm familiar with that is playing something that is similar to Dwarf Fortress that I think you guys would like. So we're just gonna stick here for now. No midstream raid this time. What is gonna happen is I'm gonna eat. I'll be back when the timer runs out. In the meantime, there will be ads so people don't have to deal with pre-roll for a long while. We're doing the TV ad break thing, you know, from the past, where you then just leave and go to the bathroom, get some snacks, get some food, do some push-ups. Basically that. So, I'll see y'all in a bit. There will be ads. Go do whatever you need to do, and I'll be back when the timer runs out, so you know exactly how long you have till you have to be back here. So, yeah. Take care, everyone. Thank you so much for hanging out with me so far. I'll do some push-ups too. Yeah, that's everything. Be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and I'll see you all in a bit. Bye bye.